From countries such as Estonia creating their own brand book, to local church choir groups launching Instagram accounts to convey the exuberance and fun of their communities, all types of organisation put sizable efforts towards how they are visually represented to the external world. The amount of money companies spend on logos can be utterly staggering, but the benefits speak for themselves. From the Nike swoosh to Google's signature Product Sans font, the shapes and imagery of an organisation have a habit of sticking in the mind. The reason so much time and effort are put into logos and other such branding devices is to do with the subconscious associations that they can bring about. A wonderfully illustrative example was conducted to this effect, getting people to watch advertisements for a fictional brand's running shoes and rate how they felt about the product, but varying the brand's logo demonstrated a very clear correlation between logo design and the impression of the product. Hard, angular logos suggested a sturdy professional shoe, whilst soft, curved logos suggested a more comfortable, leisurely experience. With all this time and effort going into the external impression that an organisation conjures, I now see that I've spent much of my career making and enduring a disappointingly overlooked opportunity internally: the currently humble Organogram. Over the past decade, I have walked into organisations as an employee and as a consultant with Deloitte and been shown an image of people's names and job titles in big important boxes with wires hanging off them, dragging a row of subordinates under them. There are usually pages upon pages of these, all identical in their uncompromisingly functional style, outlining who hangs off who and where the pyramid peaks at the top with the name of someone you'd be well served not to upset. There are various problems with the current approach. Firstly, it is a perspective represented as a fact. Whilst purportedly helpful in understanding the role-based structure of an organisation, actual power and influence rarely flow in such straightforward lines. The modern organisation hinges upon the right people and the right tech being combined to drive results. As a result of this, the organogram often offers no insight on how value gets delivered and who the real unsung players are in the equation. Secondly, it is an outdated and restrictive representation of the organisation itself. We are seeing companies blow apart industries by levying concepts such as the gig economy, crowdsourcing and co-creation. As a result of this, the organogram, which dates back to 1855 in its current form, is based on a business model which is proving increasingly past its sell-by date. Considering the flow of the tide towards squad-based delivery systems, a static organogram has little relevance to how value is delivered over any length of time. There are already those out there claiming the current design does more harm than good, and proposing we utilise the tech we have on hand to represent our organisations in a more nuanced, temporal way. Thirdly, our organisations are no longer constrained by the formal boundaries of the payroll sheet. With customers co-creating and creatively consuming products, the important stakeholders who bring value to the organisation are not only the employees. As a result, in drawing the organisation to illustrate that work and ideas are delivered through the contracted stakeholders only, we are limiting our ability to imagine and harness possible competitive advantages. And finally, it's boring. An employee's experience in a 21st century organisation should be about harnessing their potential, encouraging their ambition, and seeing what they want to bring to the table. If the first thing they are shown is aligned to someone else's name in a larger font who has responsibility for them, it suggests they are defined by their role, not their ability. If curved lines in a logo make people worried that a running shoe won't last more than one season, I can't imagine the subconscious message you are learning when looking at the traditional organogram. I'm sure we're missing a collective trick and a whole load of potential with the status quo. So, as a leader or an employee, how would you like your influence to be shown to a new joiner coming into your organisation? I imagine it'll look a lot more unique and varied than what we're seeing today.